this is cjhoyle. In this video I'm going to show an accessory that I made for my smartphone which makes it float. I love canoeing and kayaking, and while I'm out on the water, I like to use my smartphone for taking photos and video, along with using it for navigation and communication. The smartphone I have is IP68 certified and therefore completely safe to be submerged in water up to a certain depth. However, the phone doesn't float on its own, so if I'm out paddling in deep water and the phone falls overboard, it will sink right down to the bottom, making it practically impossible to retrieve. The solution I came up with is pretty simple. After I remove the phone from the protective case that I normally use it with, I take this fabric sleeve that I made and I slide it over top of the case like this, and then I reinsert the phone back into the case again. With it installed this way, I now have this fabric pouch on the back of the phone which contains a piece of polyethylene packing foam like this. If it gets submerged, the buoyancy of the packing foam was more than enough to easily bring the phone back up to the surface. As you can see, this method of mounting holds the accessory very securely, and with it installed in this position here, all the buttons on the phone are still accessible, the microphones and ports are not blocked, and none of the cameras are obstructed. I'm able to use the phone and all its features just the way that I always do. When I've finished my day on the water, the floating pouch can be removed again in just a few seconds. I made this using fabric from an old tent fly, which I sewed around a piece of polyethylene packing foam, which I cut to the right size. This method of construction is very similar to what you'll see on a life jacket or PFD. I cut the foam on this side at a 45-degree angle to accommodate the wide-angle camera that this phone has. You can see if I try installing this on here backwards and I open up the camera and I zoom out to use that wide-angle lens, you can see that there's a part here which is being obstructed. With the accessory installed correctly though, I can use the wide-angle camera with no obstructions. Before making this, I looked online for buoyant smartphone cases, but all that really popped up were glorified waterproof bags designed for keeping phones dry. While this might work for some people, considering I like to use my phone for taking videos while I'm paddling, having the microphones and cameras isolated inside of a plastic bag just isn't suitable for my purposes. This also really defeats the purpose of spending the extra money on an IP68 certified waterproof smartphone. A waterproof phone really doesn't need something to keep it dry, it just needs a miniature life jacket to help it stay afloat. If you have a waterproof phone and you enjoy activities on the water, I would definitely recommend making something like this yourself. Don't forget to wear a life jacket of your own. Happy paddling, and thanks for watching.